Have you ever felt that knot in your stomach when you check your bank account? Or that feeling of constantly working hard but never getting ahead? You probably think it takes years to change your financial situation. But what if I told you you can transform your finances in just 6 months? We're not just saving money, we're rewriting our money story and shifting our identity so that we can build a financial future where we are finally in control. Most of us have a financial blueprint for our life, whether we know it or not. If you're first gen like me, you know the blueprint. Work hard and save money. If you know what I'm talking about, hit that like and subscribe button. And while there is nothing wrong with this philosophy, it can only take you so far. So today, I'm going to give you a powerful, actionable framework for how you can transform your financial reality in the next 6 months. This isn't about quick fixes. It's about being intentional and building consistent habits that will last a lifetime. So let's get into it. Remember, this isn't about deprivation. It's about extreme focus for a limited time to build momentum that lasts a lifetime. Here's how we break down the next 6 months. Month 1, uncover your money story and find your why. Before we can change our finances, we have to examine our money story. We all have a money philosophy, a set of beliefs and unspoken rules that we live by. You know, you've absorbed them from your family, your friends, and your immediate circle. And especially growing up in an immigrant family, a lot of those rules like investments are scams or talking about money is rude are deeply ingrained. When we examine our beliefs, this is also how we uncover our why. So let me share a personal story that you may find yourself doing as well. So recently, my beloved gooseneck kettle broke after 8 years. And I always told myself I would replace it with this pretty one that I've been eyeing forever. But when the time came, I saw the $200 price tag and thought, oh my gosh, like that is so expensive. And my mind immediately resisted. So what happened? I lagged on placing the order for the kettle. And as a result, we didn't have coffee. So for a week and a half, my husband and I bought coffee every day at $13 for, 2 lattes. That's over $130 in 10 days. I mean, I was more than halfway to paying for the kettle. Isn't that crazy? It's because most of us view these small purchases as nothing. You don't think twice about it, right? So when my husband asks like, hey, you want coffee? I'm like, of course. But how quickly these little expenses add up. And yet here I was crying about how expensive my kettle would be. This is how your money beliefs shape your reality. When you tell yourself something like, it's too expensive, you end up spending just as much money, but in a way you didn't want to. If something like this ever happened to you, drop a comment below because I just want to know I'm not alone. So month 1 is about introspection. Grab a journal and ask yourself these 3 powerful questions. 1, why now? Why is this 6-month journey important to you right now? If you changed your finances, what would you be able to do? Take some time off, stay at home with your kids, care for your aging parents? What is it for you? Number 2, what would happen if you don't change your financial situation? This isn't to scare you, it's to fuel you. And number 3, what do I believe about money? Write down every rule or story about money that you have. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. So this is the first step in creating a new money mindset. Once you write it all down, take a look at the list. You might be shocked to see what you wrote. Then you can finally ask yourself, what do you want to continue to believe? Month number 2, calculate your starting point. Now that you've got your why and a better understanding of your money mindset, it's time to get a clear picture of your starting point. You need to know your financial stats to make a winning game plan. So we're gonna calculate your net worth. Let's get a baseline. So your net worth is simply what you have minus what you owe, such as your house, car, bank accounts, cash, retirement accounts, things of value. Liabilities, your mortgage, student loans, car loan, credit card debt, basically anything you owe. So we're going to do assets minus liabilities equals your net worth. Don't be afraid of the number. This is just a starting point. This month, it's all about getting familiar with your finances. Calculate your starting point and gain a better understanding of your income and expenses. For 30 days, track every single expense. Get a detailed understanding of how much money is coming in and how much money is going out. Month 3, get serious about your debt. Before we can build, we have to stop the bleeding. This month, our laser focus is on getting out of debt. The general rule of thumb is any interest rate above 7% is considered high, so we want to look at those debts first. If you have credit card debts, some of these APRs are at 30%, so it's very important to tackle this first. And I know this might sound very obvious, but please stop spending on your credit card. If you don't have the self-discipline to stop spending on your credit card, cut up your credit card or hide it somewhere and never find it. There are 2 methods, the debt snowball and avalanche method. This is where we get strategic. So the snowball method is pay off your smallest debt first, and it gives you quick wins and builds momentum. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by debt or unsure about your discipline, choose this method. It'll give you quick wins, and the progress will help motivate you to keep going. Avalanche method. Pay off the debt with the highest interest rate first. So this saves you the most money in the long run. So choose this method if you can't stand the idea of paying these high interest charges and you want to pay your debt down as quickly as possible. Make a decision and commit. Pick a method that works for you and attack your debt with extreme focus. This is about freeing up your future income to work for you, not against you. And once you choose your method, automate your payments so that you don't have to think about it again. Month 4, audit your expenses and be brutal. With your debt strategy in place, this month we're going to audit your expenses and be brutal. Look at the data you collected in month 2. Categorize everything: groceries, eating out, subscriptions, transportation, etc. Now, look at each category and ask, is this essential? Is there a cheaper alternative? How can I cut back on this subscription? Can you meal plan to reduce your grocery bill? This isn't about deprivation forever. It's about a 6-month challenge to free up some cash. This is a critical step for personal finance for beginners. If you want to kick it up a notch, try a 30-day no-spend challenge. It forces you to get creative and see just how much you can truly save. Month 5, make more money. Now that we've stopped the bleeding and we've minimized our spending, this month it's about one thing: making more money. So challenge yourself. Give yourself a goal. Challenge yourself to make an extra $250 or $500 this month. This exercise shows you that you control your income and not just your expenses. So brainstorm and take some action. Think of ways to make fast cash. Sell things around your house, use Facebook Marketplace or do a garage sale, or use your skills, teach a class, host a crafting party, or freelance. Or can you get a side hustle? Pick up a weekend job or service like dog walking, or drive for DoorDash or Uber and Lyft, or maybe rent your car on Turo. This step proves that you have the power to accelerate your progress and not just wait for it. When you see how you can make money on demand, you'll open up your mind to all the possibilities. Month 6, build your financial cushion. Congratulations, you've made it to the final month. By now, your mindset is shifting, you're working towards being debt-free, and you've got extra income coming in. This month, we build a safety net to protect all the progress you've made. So, crazy story, but when I first graduated college and got my first accounting job, they offered a $5,000 bonus to anyone who passed their CPA exam. And I knew that I needed to build my own safety net, so I did something a little crazy. I pushed back my start date, which back then that was unheard of. And so I wanted a little bit more time to study. So while most people would take each of the 4 exams, one every 6 months or one every year, I scheduled all of them in a single month. And thank God my crazy studying and all-nighters just paid off. I passed and I got my $5,000 bonus. Why is this important? That bonus was my lifeline. It kept me alive. It was a financial cushion that allowed me to live in one of the most expensive cities in the country without falling into credit card debt. I was able to float and get by because of this cushion. So I want you to calculate your fund. An emergency fund is 3 to 6 months of your essential living expenses. But let's ease our way into this and start by calculating what it would take to cover 1 month of living expenses. This includes housing, utilities, transportation, loan payments. The goal is to focus all the extra money you freed up this month into this fund. This is your foundation. This is what allows you to sleep peacefully at night. Now that you have the blueprint to transform your finances in the next 6 months, this isn't about being perfect, it's about being intentional. This is the path to building wealth and financial freedom that so many of us dream of. Tell me, what's the first step you're going to take this month? Share in the comments below so we can all cheer you on. And if you want to learn about how to maintain this momentum and build important financial habits for the long run, watch this next video that pops up here.